Hello everyone, welcome back to Nomifactory. Last episode we started with packaged auto, so no manual crafting anymore for these big tables. We also made this stupid multi-block miner, which I have since moved to a better place. This lets us triple ores, we're just using it for rare ones. And we also set up HOG, high octane gasoline, and using this we could burn Draconium. Wow. And I have moved things around a little bit since then. Every LUV recipe that was here, I overclocked to ZPM. So Trinium, Draconium, Osmium, Osmiridium, and Enderium. So it's not just randomly here anymore. This does give us a few empty ones, but I'm sure we'll fill them. One thing I didn't expect about this uses so much power, these 5. When I was building them, they all turned on, and the reactor was maxed out. But not anymore, luckily, with only 2 of them on. So that's a bit scary. We might have to upgrade power very soon. I also added dragon scales for DML, and a few more ender dragon ones, just so it's fast enough for Draconium when we run out of dust. Also I moved this, as I said earlier, and we also ran out of tungsten, completely. I don't know how I didn't notice, so I sent 8 of these, tier 2. This gives you a bunch of scheelite and tungstate, and I made it go through this to triple everything. And now we basically have infinite. We have 2000, plus 9k tungstate and 24k scheelite. These are about 6 to 1, or 7 to 1, with tungsten. So we have so much. Okay, so the first thing I want to do today, it's not necessarily progress, but it's kind of fixing this. Let's say we max this out at 3 million. We don't produce the fuel fast enough. It's going down. The only reason we were backlogging was because the redstone control. So we should probably fix this before we run out. So instead of spamming machines like this, we should look into the processing array. This is basically just one multi-block to replace every single one of these. It makes it so much more simple. And the only thing we were missing for this was Cenarium. And we have so much now. It's been running forever. We get both of these fast enough, so this won't ever stop. This is the recipe, by the way. LUV, Cenarium, robot arms, machine hull, also data stick, and it's just made of tungsten steel, so pretty easy. There we go. Nice. And we just need the machine interface, which is also easy, just IV stuff. Yay! So at the moment I think we have 48 MV thermal centrifuges. We need to go about 4 times faster, I believe. 48 EV should be exactly 4 times faster, although quite a lot of power. So maybe we do a stack of HV. That's like almost fast enough. And if you don't know, you can put machines in here, the processing array, and it basically combines them. So we want to do 64 HV. We can actually do this. 32 ASOCs. That's fine. I love cheap circuits. This will be like LUV power though, because 512, which is HV, times 64 is 32k, which is LUV. That's how it works out, I'm pretty sure. So we need to give this LUV power, or 4 amp IV, that should be fine. It's only an MV recipe. So 4 amp energy hatch, IV, 4 times 8k, perfect. There we go. Also spare coils. When did I make those? Oh well. So for this we need an input and an output. It's quite simple. This should be the entire structure. Goodbye this thing. You served well. This is so many robot arms. I forgot I did it this way. Okay, this should be a lot simpler. Converter. For power. IV. Let's do slaves. For input and output. It should be cool, because we can use a conveyor with a filter for the input. And the output can go downwards. Directly. I guess we'll point this one backwards. We don't want it to auto pull. Then we can have energy hatch, machine access interface, tungsten steel, the controller, maintenance, and complete. Very cool. Much less stupid as well. Yay, they're done. The centrifuges. Let's set up the input first. Conveyor, filter, thorium, import. There we go. Super fast. And we just put the machines in here, in the machine interface. Oh, it's only up to 16. Well, that was a waste of machines. Bruh. Maybe I should read next time. How about we try 16 IV? We just need to change the energy hatch to 16 amp. There we go. We can do it. And to upgrade to 16, it's super easy. Transformer, tungsten, tungsten steel. Also look at this. Rock breakers. can be in processing arrays, so we can replace all these. That's cool. We need more anyway to supply this. As for macerator, I don't really care. I might just use a super high level one. They don't use much power at all, and you want the highest percentage of thorium, so maybe like an LUV one or something. There we go, 16 amp. Now this should be able to run it. 16 thermal centrifuges. IV. Yay! Yeah, it runs it in parallel, so 16 in 6 seconds. Pretty fast. And it's only 49k, so power should be fine. 16 amps of IV can go all the way up to 128k, or 131 actually. Okay, so this should be going up now, I'm hoping. This is definitely going to go down. We need to improve these. I think I'll just go with 16 EV rock breakers. That can still fit in one of these. As for macerator, I don't know. Will one LUV be fast enough? Give me a bit. I'll figure it out. Okay, so everything's set up. I decided to go with 2 more PAs. One for rock breakers, 16 EV. They don't need lava or water, pretty crazy. And this one is for macerators, 4 LUV, just because I could make them. These are about the same exact speed. I think this is a bit too slow, but it's a whole lot better than it was before. I think we're going up, very slightly, and we're actually using quite a lot, so that's pretty good. Yeah, we've maxed out on thorium, so this is too slow. But yeah, it's definitely going up, very slightly. These pillars are a bit in the way though. I will move it to here. Is that better? I don't even know. Also, I forgot to put these one block up, like I normally do. Oh well, I'm not moving them now. They look fine. This one isn't either. I sort of forgot. Anyway, before we do more stuff, there is a bit of an issue I found. Where's the wood gone? I think we're burning it too fast. In this. We were backlogging before, with just this one running. So I guess this one's the problem. It's too fast. So machine controller. And a level emitter. Set to 1000 logs. So this should turn on. Once we actually have some. And we are gaining it now. That's good. I guess it is 16 in 1 second. That is quite fast compared to this one. Okay, so that should be fixed in a little bit. Moving on to the next thing. I want to do stem cells for wet wares. And we're going to need a supply of dragon eggs for this. You can get these from micro missions. Tier 7, Tier 8, and a Tier 6, which we can do because we have Enderium. So let's encode it with our fancy encoder. It's the blue one. There we go. And it should be that easy. Just make sure to encode the pair for the package in these two. So Enderium plated microminer. What are we missing? A new thruster, a new engine core, and double Enderium plates. Okay, seems easy enough. There we go. Only 6 patterns. That's everything sorted out. How much Enderium is this? Because we're not storing that much at the moment. 68. 68 per one's quite a lot. So we shall go 512. Okay, so tier 6. Yes, please. I will automate it as usual, so we can send it on demand. This is useful for a couple things. Even more osmium, and iridium, and uraninite. Einsteinium, which is used for this, but you might be able to get it a different way. Fusion, berkelium, californium. I think we have those two, so we don't technically need this one, but maybe we do, just not right now. And the third one is dragon eggs. Lovely. This one's important. I might use this one, but honestly the tier 4 is good for osmium and iridium. You can easily order like 1 billion. It's not that expensive. So at the moment we're just waiting for engine cores, which is over here. Why do they take this long? There we go. Now it should be crafting. Yes. Brilliant. Enderium plated microminer, tier 6. So we'll be doing the third one. 4 dragon eggs. So send, microminer, tier 6, C, and favorite. And now we can make a pattern. So the microminer, 16 of this, plutonium, 32, and 16 dragon data. There we go. By the way, we do have this. Dragon data, 1000, so don't worry. And this goes in here. And we should be able to send it. There we go. Awesome. A whole minute for 32, but that's fine, because you get 2 stacks of stem cells from 1 egg. So with the 32, we can get like 64 stacks of stem cells. That's quite a lot. And they're used in these Neuro CPUs, 16 per, and these are used in the next LUV. Cool. This also means cheaper ZPM, and cheaper UV, and also the first UHV, also known as the final circuit, so that's very cool. But there's a lot of stuff we have to do before then. So we have the eggs. Let's start making the stem cells. Sterilized growth medium. Mutagen. We almost made that, but we decided against it. And a bunch of random stuff. Salt, calcium, agar, and mincemeat. What's the best way to make this? Do you have to make a mob farm? I kinda don't want to do that. Fisher, or animal farm. I guess we'll do a spawner. Where do we put it though? I might hide it. It's gonna be ugly. Probably. I think I'll do cows. Because leather. I don't know if you need it, but might as well. Hello cow. And we've already done a powered spawner. They're not that bad. And we will use vector plates. They seem easy. And a diamond spike. Okay, how big is basic? That's still quite big. Can I do this underneath? Under the glass? It might be interesting. I don't know. Obviously it will be muted. So don't worry about the sound. Okay, this seems good. These can go into a spike. Oh, I need more. I can't count. There we go. Perfect. And it should work. Let's turn it on for 1 second. I really don't mind it being slow. The demand shouldn't be that much. At all. There we go. We get about 2 per 30 seconds. Ish. Which should be completely fine. There we go. I like that. So P2P for power. There we go. I think range collector is the best. The vacuum chest doesn't go through walls. So XP, leather, beef, straight into the system. It doesn't matter. And turn it on. Oh yeah, the magnet. There we go. That should do it. Why aren't they picking it up? I swear this works. I don't understand what's going on. It doesn't want to do those ones. Is it because the spike? Yeah, that's very weird. I do have an idea, but it might be a bit silly. 4 collectors on each side. It still doesn't work. The spike is being weird. How about a small hole? Where do we put the spawner now though? This is so annoying. Okay, plan 2. All the spikes go on one side. And collector can go here. Please work, or I'll be very mad. Bruh. Why? The spikes are so weird. Let's put them here. Surely that works. Yay! Why was this such a pain? So interface. Conduit. There we go. It's working. All we do is mute them, before they're annoying. Perfect. I'm not too sure about the XP orbs. They might be a problem, but I don't really know. I'll deal with it later. Who cares? Okay, so now that we have that sorted out, we need mincemeat, so pulverize the beef. Okie dokie. Where do we have space? Maybe I'll do MV. Yeah, okay. This should be 1 in 2.5, which is fine. So input beef, biofilter, and request it. There we go. That was easy. Okay, so we should be able to make the raw growth medium. We have calcium, we have mincemeat, we will have salt if I process some ore. Real quick. Or just macerate this down. I don't think they're useful. Yeah, they're not. And what is agar? Gelatin. And distilled water. What is this? I've never heard of this. mincemeat, bone meal, sulfuric acid, or mincemeat and bone to get collagen. Then you mix with water and phosphoric acid, and then centrifuge for gelatin and phosphorus, and then autoclave for agar. Why is this so complicated? I didn't realize it was. So do we have space here? So it's one machine for this, one machine for this, one machine for this, one machine for this. So 4. We don't even have space. We have to expand already. We also need a machine for this, raw growth medium, and then a fluid heater, and then the chemical reactor for the stem cells. Also mutagen, and this step as well. I think it's 9 machines in total. This one's just a normal clean room, so that's nice. We have 3 slots at the moment, so expand by 6 downwards. This is so annoying. Also, before I forget, filter all the salt to be macerated. We've got so much that can't be used for anything. There we go. We've got so much already. That's crazy. It's already done. That's quite insane. Almost 2,000. But it is going quickly. I assume that's chlorine, wherever that is. Is this it? Yeah, I think so. Oh, we need more concrete. Oh. Let's do this recipe. Stone, calcite, gypsum. It's quite a bit better. And we do have a bunch from ore processing. Concrete. You don't actually need much for plascrete. There we go. This should be enough. Okay, great. It works straight away. Usually it's really annoying with the maintenance hatch, but not today, it seems. This looks ridiculous. It's the dark sterile hole, so I think I'll keep the top for stem cells. Everything else can go below. I will start with mutagen, so it's brewing machine, sludge, plus uranium, and then distill, 10 to 1. We will do everything IV, except stem cells, which will be LUV, because it needs to be. So brewery. Funny thing is we actually have more 235. It's on passive, technically, from thorium in the reactor, so I might just macerate that. Again MV, just because there's space. So insert 235 via filter and request. And compacting drawer, because we need the tiny dust. Does it not let you? Or can I force it to? What? Why? That sucks. Do we really need a packer? I guess so. Circuit 1. There we go. Tiny piles of 235. We don't even need to downgrade this. It's basically free. So back to the brewery. Filter the dust. And request it. And also input sludge. There we go. Enriched bacterial sludge. And the only use is mutagen. So we can just auto output. And circuit 1. Yay! Mutagen. There's also a few quests here that I don't have. We need sludge. There we go. And mutagen. Awesome. This top thing is a bit slow, for the sludge. But things should fill up, eventually. Okay, so now we do this. With agar first. I forgot. 4 machines. First machine. Chemical reactor. Mincemeat. Plus bones. And sulfuric acid. There we go. Shall I level emit this? Probably. 256. And we extract on purple. Into the interface. What about the liquid though? I might just bin it. It's kind of really annoying to deal with. In this tiny space. So filter the bin. Just in case. Cyan. I don't know why. There we go. Okay, next machine. Mixer. So collagen plus phosphoric acid. And also water. There we go. And this gives us gelatin. The mixture. And there's no use. Other than centrifuge. There we go. Phosphorus and gelatin. We can just extract on purple. And I guess level emit this one. For gelatin. The item. 256. Again. And the final thing is autoclave. Distilled water. Easy. There we go. Agar. Huzzah. Extract on purple. And level emit. And now we're getting agar. Finally. That's a bit of a process. But we're still not done. We have to mix it with everything here for raw growth medium. So mincemeat, salt, calcium, and agar. And we just add mutagen. Yay! 60 seconds per 4. And the only thing to do with this is to fluid heat. On circuit 1. There we go. Lovely. Sterilize growth medium. Yay! That was really long. Look at all these machines. So now we can finally make stem cells. Sterilize growth medium, bacteria, dragon egg. And we do get sludge back, which is nice, because we're running out at the moment. This has to be at LEV. We can do that. We do need to use a transformer though. We have 16 amp of IV. We need 4 of those for LUV. I think we still have that. We're not using too much power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We still have 6 amps left. So we want to do IV to LUV. Perfect. No explosions. Always a good sign. So input dragon egg. Only 1. These are expensive. There we go. And we just add these 2. Sterilize growth medium and bacteria. Yay! We're making stem cells. So we do want to level limit this. How about 1000? That should be enough for 4 stacks of circuits. That seems fine. And we just extract on purple. It's very slow, 300 seconds, which is very annoying, but it's fine. Every time this goes, we get 8 lots of these, so 16 LUV. 16 LUV per 5 minutes. That's not terrible. Also, don't worry about the dragon eggs. It's not even going to use 10, so we'll still have plenty, and they're easy enough to order more. We do have to deal with the sludge. The tank's right here, so we might be able to just input into the interface. So insert light grey and extract. Yay! Stem cells. Very cool. They look ridiculous. The texture. Why was that so complicated? That's nice to have done. I guess we move on to wetwares. But tomorrow. Me tired again. Me go sleep. Okie dokie, I'm back. We're now at the buffer for stem cells. It took like less than an hour, so pretty speedy, actually. So I believe we can make wetwares now. Wetware life support circuit board. The brown ones, Petri dish, LUV pump, IV sensor, IV circuit, and a little bit of niobium titanium. Also growth medium, and this is in a circuit assembler at LUV. So we're going to need a new one then, because it needs a liquid. We can't use this one. But I did see this, ZPM circuit assembler, to make the Neuro CPUs. So we can't even do this yet. We need to do ZPM. And to do that I probably need another assembly line. We've just about run out of space in this one. And I think it's a good idea anyway, to have a separate one for LEV, ZPM, and so on. So maybe I'll hold off on this for later, when we start ZPM. Because we need a new alloy anyway, Nequada alloy. Which we can actually make, I guess. Nequada, osmiridium, trinium. But we don't really need to do this right now. I'll do it later. Maybe off camera. I'm not too sure. So how about instead of this, we do some Draconic evolution. How about we have the goal of this? Tier 7 microminer. It requires a bit of fusion. So let's get started. For some reason we need double draconium. I'm really not sure why. Why does this have its own quest? Quite strange. There we go. Okay, so 4 draconic cores. We're missing the Empowerer. That's all the way... Where is this quest? Oh, it's in mid-game. Thank you, search bar. Oh, here. Empowerer. Or whatever. Tungsten carbide and Inori, which is just iron. Also dark steel and vibrant alloy. And the casing. Easy. So 5 display stands. One of which into the Empowerer. Empowerer. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to use this. It's quite slow. I will upgrade straight to this. Combination crafter. Apparently it works with packaged auto too. We'll see how that works. But the recipe is stuff we've already done. Plus endless stars. Okay. We can do that. Yeah, not too bad. And the pedestals are easy too. Do we even have red steel? We might only have the dust. So 1 crafting core. We can do it. And we can upgrade to the combination package crafter. Yes. Awesome. And we're just going to need a bit of red steel. Yeah, we have the dust. and that's it. We will do it on demand. Should be rather fast. And we want 4. Not too bad. How fast is it? Oh. That was quick. Yippee! So I'm going to assume it's like these, where we need a packager and unpackager. And there's probably a mode for it. That looks like it. Cool. That seems easy. Let's do it. There we go. I will put this right here, in the center. So pedestal, crafter, the rest of them. I don't think they need to be like this, but oh well. Unpackager. Wait, does this have to touch this one? And not the pedestals? Yeah, it does. So the unpackager has to touch this. And this one can be anywhere. I think that works. And it does actually need power. The center bit. And also an ME connection. Yes, everything's working. So I'm pretty sure this is rather simple. So put the 2 of these in here. And we want to encode these 6. Like this. I believe this should be right. So empowered Vistonia, empowered Palace, empowered Diamantine, empowered Void, empowered Emeradic, and empowered Anori. That should be fine. So 1 in here, and 1 in here. Blocking mode shouldn't matter. But I will enable it anyway, since everything here holds 1 item. Okay, so for Draconic cores, we want Empowered Palace, which is Sapphire, Mana Infused Ingot, Water Cell, and Elite Component. Also Actual Palace. I sort of forgot. Let's automate this, real quick. But there is a better version, Reconstruction Chamber, so I'm going to try it out. There we go. Very easy, actually. How does this even work? And where is it located? Ah, here it is. Okay. That's easy. I think it's just like a machine. Like that. It might not auto-output. I guess we'll find out. So we want all the crystal blocks with this recipe. I believe it's that simple. Does it work? Did I read this correctly? Oh, you still need the beam from this. There we go. Fantastic. So now we can order Empowered Palace. We're just missing 2 things to automate. Water Cell and Mana Infused Ingot. I will do Water Cell first. It's just a canning machine. Okay, I think that's it. Don't forget the name. HV Canning Machine Water. So empty cell to water cell. We do need a extruder or metal bender. I will do a bending machine because we have one with polybenzimidol for 16 per 1. Circuit 12. There we go. Okay, so we're just missing these now. Mana infused ingots. Could we on-demand this? I really can't be bothered passiving it. Easy peasy. So mix a recipe and EBF with added primal mana. Yay, that was easy. Empowered Palace. We can make it now. I hope everything works. Oh. I didn't even finish my sentence. I'm glad that's very fast. That's great. So we should be able to craft Draconic cores now. The quest wants 1. There we go. Awesome. Draconic evolution. Kind of. Okay, so let's get into a bit of fusion. Not this kind. Draconic fusion. We probably can't get the tier 7. Definitely not actually. There's a lot of stuff here that we can't do. Like this. Well, I guess we can. This we can't do. There's so much stuff we haven't done. And the scarier thing is the power. 320 million. We're storing 200 million. So we can't even do one craft without running out of power. So yeah. We might need a power upgrade. Soon. But let's at least get into it. A little bit. 1 fusion crafting core. Seems doable. And 8 basic injectors. Also doable. You see? Europium. We have that now. Also, what is this? Enderman? Boo. We need another lot of these 2. Let's do the crafting core first. We need to scan a core for the recipe. Also empowered Onori for the injectors. We're just missing helium in another canning machine. There we go. That should work. Empty cell, helium cell. Now give me an Ori. Empowered. There we go. And scan it. These can go in here, replacing the fusion one. I'll try and make the fusion core first, so we can try and code it. Very easy, I think. We're just missing a frame box. Okie dokie. It's HSSE. There we go. Now we can do it. Very cool. There it goes. Why is it so slow? Yay. Fusion crafting core. Let me swap over the data stick to the injectors. And we can have a crate for the spare ones. I might make another one for miscellaneous crafts. And then another one for ZPM stuff. And I'll keep this one for LUV, if that makes sense. Okay, injectors. We're probably just missing these, and a recipe for European plates. And we want 8. Yeah, 32 ender crystals. I suppose we can do this. We just need another soul binder, which is quite easy. And another spawner. There we go. And we need an enderman, which we can craft, thankfully. We just need some eds. Yay. So first off we need an enderman spawner. These always take forever, for some reason, so I'll do the rest. Soul binder. Oh wait, we could have reused this one. I forgot about that. Oh well. We have an extra one. Now we can make a spawner for the enderman. On capture mode, with power. And now we can just do this. Soul vial to enderman. And also this one. With vibrant crystal plus enderman to get ender crystal. This one goes in the spawner. And the other in the soul binder. And push and pull downwards. And it should just work. Let's order one. Yay. Rather easy. So now can we make the injectors? All 8. Yes we can. There we go. It's starting. Yay. We have the first one. This will be a couple minutes. So I'll be right back. Yay. All 8. So there is a packaged auto version. I really can't be bothered. I'll just use lasers. For now. I definitely will switch over at some point. I just can't be bothered crafting all this. It's expensive. So Draconic Fusion I will put here, in a new chunk. I have a feeling we're going to need 1 billion in the future, so we should have space to expand. Okay, so how do we arrange this? I think I'll just put it like this. Lined up to the center. And another one can go there, and maybe we go upwards to expand. So redstone clock to start the craft, and the injectors need power. I guess we'll do P2P for each one. Conduits will not do well, I don't think. Or maybe just really good conduits. Draconium, 8 million per tick. That's not too slow, right? Well, it's more than we make anyway, so I guess it'll do. And P2P on each corner. Because we can use facades to be pretty. Lovely. And we have a laser in between each one. It doesn't matter the way it's facing. It does all sides. But this way looks the best. It's a nice circle. Kind of. And one on the center. Now we can have an interface. Going into an item interface. Does that work? Normally you want another one. Connecting to this one. And then all the others. But maybe it works like this. I don't know. We'll see. There we go. And extract from here back into the interface. For the output, no need to filter. You can't pull out the top slot. Only this one. But you can pull out of these. So I have to swap these to advanced. Okay. And the differences between advanced and normal is you can filter them. So we can disable output for the injectors, so items aren't pulled out. And we do that via a whitelist of nothing. But inbound blacklist of nothing. And the center one we pull in and out of. So blacklist both. And it should work, I'm hoping. We just plug in the interface. And enable blocking mode. The only thing we can do right now is Wyvern cores. So I guess we encode this. There we go. Oh yeah, by the way, higher priority on the center one. So the first item in here goes to the center, and not the ones on the outside. So if you want to make this, we're missing a couple things. Ultimate component, compressed infused lava crystal, argon cell, nether star, as a block. Some of these are just recipes. Uranium-235. We do have loads, so it doesn't matter. Just a bit odd. Also another canning machine. But that's easy. Same exact thing as these two. Okay. What are we missing now? Infused lava crystals. Nether quartz. Lava. We don't even produce lava. But this way is apparently the way. With magma blocks. Blazes. I guess I'll just add it on DML. What? Where did these come from? 2,000 magma blocks. Oh yeah. I mined a bunch in the nether. I forgot about that. I guess we have a head start. There we go. Okay, so lava. I might do it in a large chemical reactor, just because they're really fast and efficient. We have a little space right here, so it shall go there, at EV, however fast that may be. So request magma blocks. There we go, that was easy. Also, it might be very fast. It's like a tick. That's amazing. It definitely doesn't need to be this fast. Cool. We have lava now. So chemical reactor, quartz. Do I passive this as well? Or just do it on demand? There's like 2 recipes. So we might as well passive. I guess we can do it right here. LC out again. Because we might as well. Maybe only HV actually. It does not need to be that fast. I did it again. It's in the wrong place. So input hatch, input bus, lava, plus quartz. There we go. 6 ticks per one. That is fine. Although we absolutely need to improve quartz. I'm pretty sure it's really slow at the moment. And it's used in nether stars, so yeah, I need to fix that. But we do have this now. Infused lava crystals. It lets us compact it this time. Oh nice. So it's only 2 per core, so I'll do a downgrade. For a stack of the top one. That shouldn't be too much quartz. I hope. But we can make it now. The withen core. We're missing lapis, of all things. But look at this. 5 pennies per ore. Amazing. This should yield a ton. It gets sifted. And are these needed? They're flawless and exquisite. Because if not, we can macerate. There's no point. Although we don't get lapis. Just dust. But oh well. We're not macerating actual lapis. So don't worry. Okay, withen core. We can do it. Please don't break. Yay! This will use like all of our power. But it is working. Why are you staying in there? Do we need a filter? I don't think so. Oh well. I'll figure out later. Withen core. Okay, so I think I have to end it there. I thought we'd get further to be honest. But oh well. Very busy episode this one. Lots of things done. I don't really know about the order, but we need to do ZPM. Soon. And also a power upgrade. And I guess more Draconic evolution. So lots to look forward to. So as always, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.